And welcome, CSFC club members, to the CSFC Aquatics. Yeah, we have a pool, if you didn't know. But are here with Callie. Callie, can you
Hi,
please
everyone.
introduce yourself?
My name is Callie. I was a former competitive swimmer and then turned swim instructor here at Chicago Sports and Fitness.
Yes, and not just any swimmer, she is freaking good. And we were just talking before this that you started at 6 years old.
Yes, that's correct.
Holy cow. So guide us a little bit because I didn't know I could swim. Well, I can't swim actually. I can kind of float, but then when I went to the lake when I was in Wisconsin, I almost, yeah,
I see.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
swam back. Well, I kind of like pedaled back. I'm like, I'm like, forget that. I am not a swimmer. No, So I know it's like a life thing for everyone now. I tell everyone, please learn how to swim.
Oh, absolutely.
I kind of know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So
If you can float, though, you can survive.
yeah, yeah. There you. Well, I still can't
There you
float
go.
either. So tell us, how did how you like it so far?
Oh, I love the pool. I don't know. I was thrown into it at age of 5 with basic level swim courses, and I guess the instructors thought I was successful enough that I should just try out for the swim team. So my poor mother was given the suggestion to
Just
give a
do it.
shot, and I tried out. I made the teams. I swam for the Joliet Jets
Oh,
for like
really?
10 years. Yep, it's a local team.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know we had a local team.
Yeah, but there's a couple of them. There's Joliet Jets through the YMCA, but which
Okay.
are both now closed, and now they're in Plainfield.
Oh,
And then the Park District, and I can't remember the name of the team.
yeah,
Forgive me.
yeah.
So, but the
Holy
rival
cow.
team. Yeah, and I tried out, made the team, and stuck with it ever since.
Really?
So
How does that work? Because normally everyone I interview, they're all either lifting, bodybuilding, swimmers, or rare.
yes,
Only you and maybe another
yeah,
person that can't swim.
it's pretty uncommon, especially like the further west into the United States you go. It's more popular on the East Coast, and then a little bit less popular Midwest, and then really unpopular towards the
Yeah.
west side of the United States. So.
Yeah, how did you start? What was the gears to get you stuck to it? Because no one really sticks to that.
Just loved it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think for me, my childhood was pretty chaotic.
Okay.
And so I think, like for me, whenever I would dive into the water to start practice, it was almost like peeling all of the stress and everything else, all of my problems away. Like as soon as your body hit the water, it was just like everything kind of melted off. And I was able to just focus on one particular task that my coach had given me that day.
Okay. So it was like a nice, just
Calm.
yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't like being in the water because of the silence, but that's what draws me to it.
Okay, so just everything away. Holy. So yeah, it's like when those runner highs. When you start running, you get that runner's high, and you just holy. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's similar.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I know this guy over here. He just holy cow. Now you just got me thinking a little bit because I did not know that a lot of people do that stuff for that reason. Now, nutrition, I want to talk a little bit about that because
course.
one, you're in excellent shape. You keep in shape, and you must keep in shape to keep swimming. And I know I've seen you when you used to work out over here too. Holy cow, and don't tell me even about the hip thrust and all that stuff. No, she was doing like 500, 600. What was the heaviest you went to?
555
Yeah,
for 1 rep max. And that was 4 years ago now.
yeah.
So,
But that's still. And how old are you?
almost 25.
Yeah. Yeah, jeez Louise. All right, nutrition-wise, what do you do?
So I, 9 months ago, made the switch to the carnivore diet,
That's interesting.
and I've never looked back. I don't plan on going back to the standard American diet ever. I feel different. The transition was a little rough. Everybody says that because your gut biome has to change. But once you make it through the transition period, it's anywhere from like 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes it's a little longer depending on like your
What it
individual,
takes.
body type and whatever. But it was like I suddenly had all of this energy. I don't get crashes in the afternoons at all because all of my energies comes from fat. I can have a high fat diet. So I have like a lot of bacon, a lot of eggs, steak. So it was almost like I could suddenly feel every cell in my body. It was like everything had woken up the rest of the way.
Really?
Yes. Now, I'm on vacation, so I'm cheating a little bit.
You're eating all the
Everything in
good stuff.
moderation.
All right, now go back to the swimming. When you were training, how do you train someone? Because I can't wrap my head around teaching people to swim.
We
Like,
start
that's
with,
just me.
yeah. Well, it can be kind of complicated. So I can walk you through kind of what I would do like in a normal swim lesson. So we always offered one free session. In that free session, I was able to use as an evaluation. So I would bring the kid in the water, or adult, whoever, bring the client in the water.
What's the youngest you can?
The youngest I've worked with was 6 months
They can
through American Red Cross. Yes.
do all this already.
Not quite that much. There are specialties where you can go for additional training and teach like infants like that to swim, but American Red Cross, who I was doing all of my stuff through, does not allow for that.
Okay.
So their main focus for 6 months old to 3 years old is just getting comfortable in the water and ensuring that they never develop a fear of it. Because if it follows you into adulthood, it's a very difficult fear to overcome.
Wow, that is true. That's something we don't talk about.
No, not enough.
No, we
So-
don't. Wow, I didn't think about that. You just, again, I'm thinking of, we just did a podcast about it's going to come out soon, this week actually. He's a storm chaser.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So I call him a daredevil. He goes into, chases the tornadoes, all that fun stuff, but he also does teachings, keynote speaks. So he teaches the kids not to be afraid of storms.
I need that. I'm afraid of tornadoes.
Yeah, no, he does that. So with this, it makes sense for the kids not to be afraid
Not
of
to be
water.
afraid. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when I went to the ocean a couple years ago, I was like, ooh. I mean, I was like right there, but then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm not going further.
Well, it's so big, it's so vast, and we've only explored a small percentage of it.
Yeah.
So.
Or even
it's
like
a
our Lake
natural fear.
Michigan, it's
Yes.
that thing's ginormous.
Yeah, it is, and it's murky too, and a lot of people don't like murky water.
Yeah.
I don't like murky water. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
So.
When I was up in the Dells this past July, we went to the lake with the boat, swimming too, and everything. I couldn't see anything underneath there. And I'm used to opening my eyes and trying to, oh, cool. And no,
No.
no.
Me
I
neither.
came right back. I was like, no. Okay, so you assess them, and
Yep.
then what do you do after that?
During the assessment, I think that's really important to touch on too. I make sure, can they float on their back? Are they comfortable on their back? Can they float on their stomach? Are they comfortable on their stomach? Do they keep their eyes shut and tense up when I put their face in the water? What does their stroke kind of look like? Do they have some kind of idea how to use their legs? What does the kick technique look like? Do they kind of know how to use their arms? And so based upon those individual moving parts or on those pieces, based on the assessment, I can then formulate a plan after that. So sometimes I'm starting with a complete beginner, and I always start with floating. So floating on your back first, because it's one, simple, and two, it's the easiest survival technique. If you can float on your back,
How do
you'll
you
be
float
safe.
on your back?
So
I don't
there's-
know how to float on my back. I don't. I kind of want to just go in right now, like do a quick assessment on
I'll
me.
push you in.
No, we're not doing that.
Well, it's pretty simple. It's a little tricky if you don't know how to get it started,
Okay.
but that's where your swim instructors and your coaches come in to help you. So I can give you a little crash course on it. Now, you have to keep in mind, men and women are different.
Okay, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
So it's important because our center of mass and center of gravity is different, and that does apply in the pool.
Okay.
So when you float on your back, the biggest thing you need to remember is you need to look straight up at the sky. A lot of people try to tuck their head to keep their head from being back in the water. But if you compress your body together, you're not lengthening out your surface area. You need a bigger surface area in order to float.
Okay.
So if you keep your head all the way back, you're looking straight up at the ceiling, you take your belly button, push it towards the sky. So you're kind of arching your back a little bit.
Okay.
And then keep your legs nice and straight. Think about stretching your spine, almost like if someone had a rope attached to your spine and was pulling it, stretching out. You want to remain in that position for as long as you can. And if you have leg muscle, your legs will tend to dip a little bit, and it's okay. You can make
Okay.
up for that with like light kicking. That force will actually drive the legs upward. And then the difference between men and women is the arm position.
Oh.
And so the reason for that is that women have a lower center of mass, and so it's in the lower torso. It's generally going to be in your belly button and down, like closer
Okay.
to your pelvis. And in men, your center of mass is up in your chest, which is why you've seen like those silly videos and stuff on TikTok where it's like, oh, like women can do this, but men can't. You know, where
Yeah.
you put your head on the wall and you like put your hands behind your back. That's
Oh.
because of the differences in the center of mass.
Okay.
And so when you're floating, what you're trying to do is get your center of mass and your center of buoyancy to line up. It's like a scale.
So like counter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so to change that, men typically have to put their arms above their head when they float. And women, it's usually about shoulder length to 45.
Okay.
Yep. And that should get you to float.
All right, I'm gonna try that. Not anytime soon, but I will try.
Give it a try. Let me know how it goes.
Holy cow! I never thought about that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so you assess them, and then what happens next? You give them like a whole kind of like a workout plan, or
Basically, yeah. So I sit down based on the assessment and I program how the next several lessons are going to go. And I always keep it like a tentative plan because sometimes I have kids that get in the water and pick it up within 2 lessons. And some of them I have that take a little bit longer. So it's highly dependent on the individual. So you have to be flexible.
okay.
Personal training, in the gym is not quite the same as training in the pool.
Oh heck no!
Yeah,
I was
so
sore
this
for
is-
days when I was swimming.
Right. This is a lot more skill-based than straight like powering through. So there's a lot of small adjustments and stuff to be made. And just like lifting, swimming is highly technique-based. You can shave off time if you're timing like 50s, 100s, whatever. You're going for speed. You can shave off a ton of time just by fixing your technique.
Really?
It's very technique dependent. So after like the first lesson or 2, we start again with the basics if we need to. Even if I'm comfortable with the person floating like from the assessment, a lot of times I'll do a quick review on it anyway, just to be solid to make sure we're not going on any further. And then I go into the kick next. So it's really common, especially for children, to kick with their knees, and they kick like this.
I think that's what I do, but yeah.
And it doesn't generate any power.
That's why I don't go nowhere?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why you don't go anywhere.
All right.
So you should be kicking from the hip joint. So if my shoulder joint was the hip, you're supposed to be kicking from the bigger muscle groups.
Okay,
So from
okay, I
the
can
hip
see
socket.
that.
Yep. And so your glutes, your hamstrings, your adductors turn on, and you generate significantly more power that way. And then you don't kick necessarily with your knee, right? But you keep it loose. And so when you're kicking with your hip, it's like a follow through of kinetic energy. So it causes your toes to snap at the end. So you're kicking with a straight but loose leg.
It's like a natural movement.
Yes, and your toes are pointed, and so when your toes are pointed, it creates a natural like fin shape almost, right? If you're kicking with your feet straight up, you don't have any paddle at the
Nothing
end.
on there.
But if your toes are relaxed and pointed, you've got a little paddle at
We're
the
gonna
end.
have to
so that's
do
how
a
it
crash
generates
core
power.
class here so we can all learn how to swim.
Yeah.
Because I think I've learned more
crash
now
course.
than I did my entire life about swimming. But we never look into it. We really
Yeah.
don't. And then until you're in the pool or you're at the lake or somewhere, and then it's like, all right, we need to learn how to freaking swim.
Yep.
Like really learn.
Oh yeah.
Holy
No,
cow.
it's a great skill to have, even if you don't want to do laps or like train with it, for exercise. It's a life-saving skill.
Yeah.
Everybody should absolutely learn how to swim.
Well, that's what
And
I
you
was
can learn at
thinking.
any age too. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people think like, oh, I'm too old to do that. You're never too old to learn how to swim. I
Yeah.
promise you.
And it's good therapy too, right?
Yes, it really is. It takes all of the pressure off of your joints. Like they train astronauts to go into space in the pool too because it simulates like zero gravity. So
So they're able to do everything there. Because I know horses, they do that.
yes.
Few animals, I don't know if they put them. Yeah, they put them like in the.
It's like a water
treadmills.
treadmill. Yeah. There are some athletes, I think, like professional athletes, that they do like pool treadmill stuff with too. They run in it.
That's like next level stuff. So right now, you're still training people over there in Houston, or what are we doing over there?
No, I do have a possible upcoming client, another triathlete, which would be ideal.
Oh my gosh, those guys are.
Yes. I know.
Holy cow.
They're better than I am. I couldn't do what they do.
What do
but
they
I'm
have to
thankful they
swim? Like a
come to me.
mile? Or no?
Well, it's different. So there are different levels of triathlons. There's like the beginner level ones, if you want to call them that. I couldn't tell you the exact distances. I don't
Okay.
know. But I think it might be like 800 yards or 800 to 1,000. I think the next one, the half triathlon, I want to say that might be, is it a mile?
Something
And then
like
the last
that.
one,
I know
it might be like 1.5 or 2.
All right, triathlons. You gonna do it?
No.
No. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
No, I'll train you.
I'm with you.
Myself though.
I'm with you on that one. There's no way. I mean, No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go through that stress.
I think it's cool. More power to you if you can do it, but
Yeah.
it's not for me.
All right, tell us. I want to know which one was like your most toughest client you ever had.
Oh man, I don't know if I should if I should say that.
And not as in like a bad way, but it's like
Okay.
they couldn't get the swimming part down for whatever reason.
Okay. I'm not gonna say names.
No,
Just
definitely
for, yeah.
no names.
But it was a really muscular guy.
Okay.
Like this guy was jacked.
All right, it's not me, guys. Definitely not me, guys.
Pussy.
Definitely not.
No, he was really strong. I used to see him around the gym and stuff all the time, and I guess he decided one day that he wanted to learn to swim. And so we talked, and I got him in the pool, and we struggled just because he had so much muscle mass and no fat. So I know people get upset like talking about like body composition stuff, but
so
it's
that
also
plays
important.
a role.
Right. It plays a huge role in swimming, and you wouldn't think that, but it does.
Yeah.
So the more fat you have on your body, the easier it is to float because you have more surface area. And it's not as dense as muscle either.
Okay.
So it kind of acts as like a flotation device. So if you have
Oh.
no fat on your body whatsoever, it requires more effort on your part to propel you forward because you have to maintain your body at the surface. So he was really concerned about it, because he would just sink. And so I used to tell him all the time, I had a teammate who was like that too. He was really lean, he was really muscular, and my coach used to tease him all the time because every time we would do flip turn drills in the middle of the pool, we'd float and then he'd blow a whistle and then we'd do a quick flip turn. So he had to do it quick because my poor teammate couldn't float. And so when he completed a flip turn, he would sink right down to the bottom of the pool.
No way.
But this guy was a national champion.
Oh.
Several times. So I told him, I was like, it's definitely possible, but it's going to take some more effort on your part in order to get it going. So we built up his leg strength. We built up his arm strength. The technique was really difficult to get down. I think I was getting ready to leave at the time, so we couldn't do any more lessons after that, but he made a lot of progress. I don't know if he still swims or not. I hope he still does because I think he would have been really great if he had kept up with it. But that was really challenging. So I really had to think outside the box to try to make sure we really dialed in that technique for him and built up his kick technique to get him going down the pool.
Yeah, 'cause, we had some army guys come in. He's like, "You guys have a pool?" I'm like, "Yeah, we got a pool." He's like, "Can I go in there?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can go in there." And then he's like, "But with my gear." I'm like, "Your gear? What do you mean your gear?"
Oh, because they do pool training.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was like, "I want to go with my gear in because that's the best exercise we can have." I'm like, "Really? No one really uses our pool." We don't. We have maybe like 4 or 5 people max, and I get it. I don't want to change and then do this. And I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't want to use it just for that. Other than that, I'll be in here. But he was telling me how they use it and everybody freaks out because they have all their gear.
Yeah.
So they do training like that?
Yes, they do.
Holy cow. Yeah, I didn't know they do all that.
Yep.
All right. One of the things, when even adults, what would be one of the things you would tell them to not be fearful of the water?
The water's your friend. So much of this planet is water, right? So much of your body is water. I mean, you can't escape the water at any point, right? It's integrated into every part of your being. So if you think of it that way and think of it as something that's already part of you, I think it might be easier to overcome that fear if you're ever uncomfortable or uncertain. So I always try to think of the water as its own entity, like respect it, kind of, right? As silly as that may sound.
No, it's true.
But if you work with it, it will work with you. Don't fight with it.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people freak out and then they're just like...
Don't freak out. Remain calm. The water pressure, especially the deeper you go, should help calm your fears and stuff too, right? It wakes up your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest.
Yeah.
So think of it that way. It's
this relaxes you.
Yeah, and if you're ever not sure, if you want to learn more about the science and stuff behind water, I just read this amazing book called Blue Mind. And it talks about how being in or around or even just looking at water improves your mental health, makes you more creative, better at what you do. Yeah. And it helps you recover if you're a gym rat like the rest of us as well.
Does it really?
Yes.
So I'm always in the hunt for stuff like this, longevity and of course recovery.
Yes.
So guess what we're gonna start doing? I'll post it that we're swimming now. Get out of here. I did not know that.
It's an amazing book. It's kind of nerdy because it's all neuroscience and psychology, but there's a lot of really good information in there. And I've taken some of those things and applied it to my own life already.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's because we take all this for granted, especially the water and everything. And we don't think about how, hey, we can use this for therapy. We use this medicinal, literally, we can. But we don't realize that.
No.
Now,
I wish more people did.
No, we still don't. There's just so much going on. With actually so much that is going on, how are you still dealing with like doing workouts, doing part of the swimming, and the social media and all this?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
You know, I've tried to cut out a lot of social media. I think that's reduced a lot of stress in my life. I have this neat little app on my phone where I can block everything.
Okay.
So your phone, you know, is designed to keep you sucked in, right? Because it's all full of bright colors, and the algorithms are programmed to show you, you know, what you might be interested in next. It's constantly predicting.
Yeah.
Well, if you buy something like in this case, Minimalist Phone is the name of the app. If anybody's interested, it overrides the UI. So instead of having these bright, colorful apps on your phone, everything is in a list. It's black and white, and it's all words. There's no symbols.
What is that app called? I mean, you said that's the phone?
Minimalist Phone.
Minimalist Phone.
I think you spent like
$30
on it. Best $30 I've ever spent.
Really?
And so that has helped a lot. I've saved a lot of time, I think, because you know we spend like 8 to 10 hours on our phones a day without realizing.
We don't
it,
realize
right?
it.
Especially if you get sucked into one of those apps.
Yeah.
So that cuts out a lot or saves a lot of my time. So in doing so, I'm more aware of, you know, how I'm spending my time. I've had more time to read. I've had more time to swim. I had more time to go to the gym.
Let's be productive.
Spend time with my husband.
Holy cow.
Clean the house.
All right, one last tip before we let you go. She is going back. I had to take advantage. I'm like, we gotta talk. We have to talk. People need to know about this swimming.
I appreciate it.
So, what would be one tip you would leave us if we're, besides staying calm, if we're ever like in a, let's say, I don't want to say drowning, but like we're kind of around that similar scenario?
Get on your back as soon as you can.
Okay.
Yep. Center your mind. Get on your back, float, and help should be on the way. So,
okay.
Because if you can float, you can survive.
If you can float, you can survive. You hear that, guys? Because I just found that out.
And survive.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to ask another question now.
One more
I'm gonna have.
follow-up
Well,
question?
yeah. You just got me thinking. I'm like, hold on, because I gotta know now. Now, okay, you float, you do this. What do you do? Like, let's say at a pool, a regular pool. How do you save somebody? Have you been like a lifeguard or?
I've got some like basic survival training. But if you're not a lifeguard, do not be the hero. Do not get in. So the thing they don't tell one thing that a lot of people don't know is that because when somebody's drowning, they're in a panic. The first thing they do is try to get out, right? And so in doing so, they push people down.
Right.
So if you're not a trained lifeguard, you know, where you can grab them with your buoy, or if there's no shepherd staff on deck, don't get in the pool. The best thing that you can do to help them is either lay on your stomach on the side of the pool, anchoring yourself down, and reach out a hand.
Okay.
If there's a ring buoy nearby, you can throw that out to them and then pull them in by the rope. Or use the shepherd staff that you rope them around their waist and you literally pull them back to shore. Okay. But if you see somebody drowning and you don't have any lifeguard training, do not get in the water.
Okay.
Because it leads to more drownings.
Yeah, because they weren't drowning, but I was trying to help them, and it was just like, come on. I'm like, how the heck do we do this? Because it doesn't work.
Don't.
So, okay.
I hate to say that, but it's true because then it hurts more people.
Yeah, because these are life skills, guys. We need this.
And the most common place to drown to, I think this is important for everybody to know, is the transition in a pool right before it drops into the deep end. Because people don't realize how close they are to the drop off, and then they step and then they go down.
They just go down. Yikes. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.